Good. Let's get started right away with this map. This is the I can see where you're placing your TC, and I am playing with one of my favorite people, and that is Nomad. He is playing as the Goths, and I am playing as the Vietnamese, and we are up against Heaven. And I'm actually going to call this person Bullethead because it was actually kind of funny, as you will see in the chat. And ooh, we were just clicking all over the map for no reason. Numa and I are talking, and he's saying nice, and that's because he actually recognizes me, and I'm like, wait, what? What wait, huh? Where do I know you from, sir? I want to say good luck, have fun, have a good game, enjoy. What is nice? What is going on in this particular situation? So the idea here is that you pick Vietnamese so that you know where your opponent's bases are started. That's why I have it on the Fog of War. WTF? You don't remember me? And I don't recognize the username. So I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I don't know who this is. Who is this? You just... Fast forward a little bit. Did I do a bad thing or a good thing? I'm like, was it good or bad? I don't know. Like, could be either one, right? It's a 50-50 toss-up. You personally messaged me about 3 hours ago, and I'm like, oh, but I don't actually know what PDM means. Personal message direct? Can somebody explain to me what PDM is? Am I just a toaster oven when it comes down to this? Also, this is some long distance deer collecting here. That's not optimal. Thankfully, I do have this Phil collecting some food from this dock over here, but this is not very, very efficient. Private messaged. Wouldn't it be just PM'd me? Oh, Oh, it's a comedy. Okay. I'm just an idiot. And I'll probably always be an idiot. And I'm like, who is this? Because I private message people on Discord quite frequently. And we're looking, and now we are seeing that we have an opponent here and an opponent here. And I'm smack dab in the middle. So, knowing this information, we're going to use that. Bullethead! It's Bullethead! Oh, okay. Cool. Now I know who we're talking about. Thank you. So, he's actually part of my my Discord server. If you guys want to join the Discord server, just send me a PMD, which I now know what it means. And we are going to make our strategy based on the location of our opponents. So I know that blue is over here. I know that green, the Goth player, is over here. And I signal this to Numai as well, that they are close to me, and that he should boom. Because I know that Numai told me that he was somewhere over here. Let me see if I can remember. Oh, I was pretty close. It was a little bit unfortunate that I put my fish right over here, but he put his fish all the way over here, so that's actually good. And he's actually going to see blue at a certain point. So we want to be aggressive. And I have a little joke with him because he was talking about how he hates it when people take his sheep. Personally, I feel like laming is part of the game, and it's okay to lame, but totally respect if people feel the opposite way. And if that's how you want to play the game, that's fine by me as well. And I thought actually he had lamed me because I couldn't see that boar. And then I was like, oh, well, never mind. It was just in the fog of war. So that's a little thing that happened as well. So I'm thinking to myself, how are we going to make it as aggressive as possible? What can we do to slow down both of these guys? Primarily, I want to slow down the Goth player, but the Goth player is going to fall away and he's not going to be able to wall. So I'm thinking to myself, why don't I target the Vietnamese player? I'm Vietnamese, doesn't have great options for knights, especially if I can get that quickly. Or wait, even better, why don't I go for men at arms? He's probably not going to expect that because that's probably expected from the Goth player. And that one's so far away, and he knows. So you also have to figure out that your opponent knows if they're Vietnamese where your locations are. So you can actually use that to your advantage as well. Where is this woman going? Oh, she's just doing a little bit of exploration. We are going to speed this up, and we forgot a house because of that fish boom. So as soon as we're going to go to feudal, we're going to try and be as aggressive as we possibly can be, trying to get villagers left and right, trying to get fishing ships. I'm already on water, and Numai signals to me that there is indeed fish over here, which is great to know. Oh no, Numai. Waldenville. But that's not going to be too bad. I mean, he can keep collecting. It's just keeping him safe, you know. Just keeping that feels. Oh, now he wants to move and he can't. Well, oh, I don't know. Just keep collecting the food. It's fine. If he wants to spend a whole tower on you, that's not a big deal. New Vice villager over here is doing work. Also, little spoiler alert here, but I'm very proud of Numai in this particular game. But we'll get there when we get there. I don't want to ruin too much of it. So we are feudal now. We are going to go for direct barracks. I am the first to feudal by a long shot. I'm already 60% up. We don't want a fast castle. We don't want to play the long game. We want Numai to play the long game. We just want to be as safe as possible at home, wall wherever we can. We don't want the Goth player messing around with us. We want to be aggressive. So, sure enough, we are up to feudal, and the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to queue a fire ship in that dock. We want to clear out Bluesfish, and I'm going to send it exactly where Numai told me to send it. And Numai is walling in his own bill. I love that. We are making men-at-arms, and we are making as many men-at-arms as we possibly can. We're going to speed it up just a little bit because it's going to take a long time. And I don't know how he spotted this. What did he spot this with? Oh, he had a Vil out here building houses, and he actually recognized that green was majorly fish booming here as well. So my next fire ship, obviously, is going to go right over here. So we have the waypoint set now to right here, right where Numai located that for me. So we're working together very well as a team, trying to make sure that as much fish is denied as possible. Did my fire ever show up? Oh, it takes so long. It takes so tremendously long. Meanwhile, we do have these men-at-arms going on as well. We're going to queue those, and we're going to queue this fishing ship. Now we can quickly go back and forth between them, which is very nice. And we're just going to make sure that we are recording as well, because I'm an idiot and I have done that several times. That's one thing that you have to realize from my videos. I'm going to check whether or not I am recording at least once in each one of my videos, because I'm that insecure about it. And it shows up now, but the fish aren't here. They're not at this dock, and I don't think I quite realized that. That's disastrous. Should have definitely been getting those fish, but now of course I'm focused on these men-at-arms, and we're trying to get in here. He has spotted me as well, and we're not going to be able to get down here. So we do walk him around, see if there is a hole, and it looks like there is actually a hole over here. I wasn't sure at first. Is there a hole up here? Where's the hole? Oh, the hole is right down there. That's very deceitful right there. And we're going to try and kill as many villagers as we possibly can. And this fire ship is doing work. Meanwhile, we have a fire ship that is queued over here as well. And this fire ship is doing work as well. So we have this fire ship doing work. We have the men-at-arms doing work as well. And yeah, sure, you engage against this, but I'm totally fine with taking that engage any single day of the week. Meanwhile, we have Blue, who has really lost a bunch of pop. 33 pop now. And this fire ship needs to do better for sure. And does clear up this as well, but these fish were idle for a long period of time, and I do realize eventually that fire ship went down, and now I'm looking for the fish, but I can't find the fish. They're all hiding over here getting shorefish, so that's kind of funny. The men-at-arms are not doing very much damage at this point, so I try and walk them around, try and see what we can do. Numai making some additional walls, just making Blue's life as difficult as possible, trying to corner him in a little bit, I suppose. When I talked to Bullethead about this after this game, he said that he felt like he was getting cornered, and now he realizes that I'm over here as well, even though he should have already known, but he probably didn't know how close my forward buildings actually were. And he's completely walling himself into this tiny area. Where did that fire ship go? Fire ship. Did I start? Oh, I started looking over here. Man, these boats have done some Houdini actions on me for sure. And this one's still able to get in, but I can't really do much damage over here, so I'm just kind of chilling around. Meanwhile, I am actively trying to get the Castle H myself. Can we find those fish? Because that would be huge. I think we do. I think we do manage to find those fish. Do we? Please tell me we do. Okay, we do manage to find those fish eventually. Meanwhile, we are having a little bit of water combat over here, but Green has wisely decided to retreat his fish back here. And Goff's with a huge fish boom, that's scary, I'll tell you that much. Meanwhile, a castle right on my face. That's not very nice. What happened to these men-at-arms? They're just chilling over here idly. That's what you do. You just chill out when your homies are getting castle dropped. We're going to rush up this tower as quickly as we possibly can, thinking that we could probably get some vills from this. I think he scouted out earlier and wanted to see whether or not he could actually drop a castle this. So I should have probably walled a little bit better there, but you know what? It's fine. We're going to get as many vills as we possibly can. 34. I think he's losing fishing ships as well. Yeah, he's losing fishing ships as we speak. Probably should have had 1 or 2 fire ships. That would have been well worth it in my opinion. And we're not going to be able to get too many of those. And you know what you do? When you get castle dropped, when you get TC dropped, when something is on your face, don't engage. You have walls. Delete the walls. Move back. I'm not going to give him any of these farms. I don't want any of my villagers to go to these farms. And we're going to hop into the CC. And then we're going to... See ya, John. See ya. Meanwhile, Nomad is booming very, very nicely. He's going to be able to get Huskarls. And he is well on his way, having a total of 42 pop at the moment. But Heaven is a big worry for us. Heaven could really pull this game for their team if possible. Trying to get these villagers. Don't want to get them. Oh, can we get one of these? Come on. Come on, get that vill. My goodness. No bueno. Meanwhile, I am destroying all of these fish very, very slowly. But that has done a lot of damage to blue. 32 pop now. I'm only 35 pop myself. So it actually does look like blue and green have the vill lead at this time, and this is a pretty even match, even though the score differential is about 300 at this point. Nomad gives me a 31 stone, and he does that so that I can get ATC up perfectly. So I was very, very pleased with that. We have some knights over here, and we realize that we absolutely have to slow down green. But green has full walled himself because he is Goff's. He doesn't have stone walls, so he's gone for house walls everywhere. The only part that has palisade walls is over here, and I think he has a little palisade wall over here. And the funny thing is, you actually want to house wall these areas and palisade wall areas that are close to your villagers. And the reason you want to do that is because houses have significantly more 900 HP versus a total of 250 HP. We're going to speed this up just a little bit. I think blue is going to come in for an additional castle at some point over here. Yeah, so now I realize there's another castle going up, and you can kind of expect if somebody drops a castle on you, they're gonna drop another one. And Nomad spots this in the perfect time and is going to try and deny this castle to the best of his ability. Now blue's villager count is really dropping. Bullethead does a nice job walling his villagers in, but I have played arena way too many times and does actually get this wall off way too many times, and I know exactly what I need to do. Delete the walls. Delete those walls. Get their Huskarls. And this castle is a doubt castle. And that's really unfortunate because that could have actually done some serious damage to my eco, especially when these villagers have to walk back to do the stone. We're trying to get in with whatever knights we can. We're just going to run these around in green's base and be as annoying as we possibly can. We definitely don't want to do that. Why do we keep going back to the fire ships? Stop going back to the fire ships. And oh, poop. Why do you do this to yourself? We're going to try and run these around the best we can. As we absolutely just took so much damage on these knights for no reason. And they even have like okay upgrades. We have bloodlines on there. We have husbandry on there as well. And I think we have +1/+1. Yeah. Probably want to get additional attack upgrades. Why are you engaging? Run, poop, run. Just run these guys around. I don't think we have husbandry actually. And this is nice. So what you do is you pull off one and send them somewhere else. And then pull off another, send it somewhere else. And just make it really difficult to track this army down. And now we can probably find some kills over here. I realize there's a gold over here. We're going to try and find some kills over there. And we're not even looking at it at this point. We're just trying to get as many. Oh, that would have been really fortunate. See, if I didn't lose HP to the fire ship, I could have actually gotten that pike and then maybe gotten some of these pikes. But that being said, Green's villager count 69 to 61 from Nomad. He has a lot of fish in the back. I'm trying to run disruptions every once in a while. I even got the fire ship. I know that he still has fish in the back, but we did not do a very good job managing those, to be completely honest with you. And now Nomad, he's making a nice little forward, and Blue calls the GG all of a sudden. I think it's because Nomad was doing tons of damage with these Huskarls, and because Bullethead was in the corner and he really didn't have very much to fight with. He didn't have much support from his teammate, but his teammate, he knows he's Goths. He's not going to give up. He's going to fight till the very end. And my knights are not really doing a whole lot anymore because there's tons and tons of pikey boys over here. I'm trying to boom. I'm trying to get more knights. And things are about to take a turn for the worse. Meanwhile, we are trying to cause some disruption over here. Come on. Fight, fire ship. Fight. It's actually amazing. We should have targeted that weak one. Yeah, there we go. I think... oh, no, don't target the fishing ship. That's not good. Oh, and one-on-one. Oh, definitely should have done some better micro here. That's for sure. Wow, those fishing ships just melt. Absolutely melt to the fires. So we are doing some damage over here, but is it enough? You would think it's a 2v1 situation, right? You would think this game is over. It's done for. No cigar, but Green has different ideas. He's building up the spam, and he's building tons of spam, and that spam is about to run into my base. So we'll see if Nomad and my game plan is good. Oh, the fire ship. You can use that fire ship. Use that fire ship would have been a good idea. He has so many fish back here. And this fire ship is going to get taken out now eventually. Definitely not the best micro. I'm doing too many things. And where is the assault? Where is the fight going to occur? Because this is a lot of Huskarls. This is a lot of pikemen. They're all moving out to down here as Nomad is trying to invade over here. We're just trying to do damage at this point as Nomad gets his spam. He's going to Imperial Age. If you can make it to Imperial Age and get those upgrades, that would be huge. But right now, this moment is when you're weak because Nomad just invested 1,000 food and 800 gold. I think actually looking back at this, we probably should not have engaged. We should have waited for Numad's imp upgrades because he's simply so outnumbered here that he got cleaned up pretty quickly. But we were honestly feeling a little bit overconfident at this point. I think at least I was, because it's like a 2v1 situation and I'm like, Nomad, we can't take the foot off the gas. Heaven still has more score than you and he could wipe me easily. And we're going to run these knights into the back. But as we run those knights into the back, uh-oh, oopsie. I feel like my military is always out of position. Get him, Scout! Get him, Jeffrey! Oh. Jeffrey. Wasn't your day today either. You weren't even in the game to begin with. You got created accidentally. And we don't even garrison. Bad poop. What a throw. Throw for sure. This gets absolutely wrecked, and now we're scrambling to get TCs up. We can't go anywhere. We have the knights over here. I'm trying to run around, trying to do some damage over here, just trying to cause some disruption. It's 77 villagers to 78 villagers, and Heaven has 68 military, whereas Nomad and I combined have 21. That's like nothing. We need to get more military out on the field. Getting absolutely Shrekaronied over here. Quick, garrison. Gotta target those spearmen, actually. I think I just target, like, randos. Yeah. But we are getting some damage done, and this should... Oh. What a throw, poop! What a throw! One villager casual castle being constructed over here. Repair, repair, repair! Come on! Oh my goodness. Getting absolutely murked. Getting absolutely destroyed. And this fire ship is not doing its job either. Oh, everything is falling apart. Everything's going terrible. The queue is bad for us, but thankfully, Numai is an imp. And hopefully, just hopefully, Numai can get the spam going because we're getting wrecked. We're down to 50 pop and dropping. I'm like, delete that castle. That castle is not going up, my friend. That is not happening. And I think Numai is, yeah, he's accumulating barracks now. And where are the military numbers, Numai? Military is still only 3. Come on, Numai. We need to see military in the queue, please. Queue up the military. Wait for it. Numai's just building suspense, isn't he? He has a pretty good eco. Definitely needs a little bit more gold. There come the Huskarls. There come the Huskarls. 2 at a time. And they are pumping out like madman. With that Imperial Age tech, oh my god. The spam that you can create from this, and now has barracks to make Huskarls as well. And these guys, 12 plus 4, and these guys over here, they have 10 plus 2. So that's a pretty big difference. That's 4. And look how fast. He had 3 army less than 20 seconds ago. And now all of a sudden he has 23 army. And these Huskarls are ready to go. They are ready to pounce. I'm not doing anything at this point anymore. It's all up to Numai. I don't think Numai fully realizes the situation that if he loses this engage, it could all be over right now. He needs to win this fight. He needs to keep producing Huskarls like a madman. More barracks are being constructed. More pop space is being constructed. More Huskarls are coming out. And wow, easy win here for Numai. Destroying that army. Having those imp upgrades is huge. And now I'm like, can you maybe clear this out? I've been reduced to this over here. This is like all my pop at this point. We are at 31 pop, and I think a majority of that is long distance fishing. Super long distance fishing. It's fine, don't worry about it. But we did get some fire ships, some fast fire ships, and hopefully, oh, they're just regular fire ships. Never mind. Hopefully we can get that into the back and clear out that fish. And this is a big chunk to deal with, especially against 40 versus 40, but you have the imp upgrades. Also, these spearmen are not going to do great. They only have 6 attack. They're really just there for cav, but there is no cav. There are just Huskarls. I was talking to Numai about this afterwards. It might have been better to go champion, and actually Green is starting to check into champion. He has men at arms. He doesn't even have long swords or two-handed swordsman yet, but that could actually be a problem if the game went longer. Why do you do this? Why do you just send them there and not go on attack ground? But look how quickly, wow. Actually still melting fish over here pretty dang rapidly, if I'm being honest. Should have focused just the fish. If you are going to run through, might as well just run it through, but whatever. I was focusing on rebooming. I did a bad job in this game, and Numai kind of carried this game, if I'm being completely honest. 30 Huskarls over here, and the GG is called already. Yeah, I think he would have been able to push Green pretty well, although longswords were coming in. Could have been quite tricky to deal with champions if he did get to that, but he still has to go imp, and I would have reboomed, and then eventually I would have been able to contribute. Regardless, though, really, really great game. Knowing where your opponent is, and from there being able to adjust your strategy on Nomad is huge. It's a massive advantage. Great KD, about 3-1 for Numai, a little bit less than 3-1, but still. And really did some disruption on poor Bullet Head. I did not disrupt Heaven enough, and Heaven actually became a really big problem in the long run. 98 villager high in the end, and this graph says it all. Thank you guys so much for walking. I really do appreciate it, and have a wonderful day.